It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, we have something in the box. I love it when things come in a box. A lot of times that means it's LE, which this one is. Now, what is it?
This is Rabbit Hole Raceking. Raceking, the third edition in the Founders Collection, the third expression.
From Rabbit Hole.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and open it up.
Open that bad boy up. So the special thing about this one is that it's got this double chocolate malted thing going on, which we will tell you about in a second. But first of all, I would like to observe that this has already been uncorked, and I was not present. And I'm a little upset about it.
Okay, so that's because we had a guest host, Chad, my Daily Bourbon, on Instagram. And but hey, I did my due diligence. I messaged you. I said, hey, is it cool if we uncork this on live? And you said yes.
Well, what am I supposed to say, Chad? No.
You could say no.
No to the Chads.
No. Oh! We can uncork it.
She's not gonna get mad.
Nope. I asked permission. 'Cause I'm a good husband.
I can't say no to this face. Look at it.
So this has been opened. I have tried it. We will also be intercutting this episode with the live footage to get another perspective from the other Chad on this. But I really am anxious for you to try this, Sarah. I haven't told you much of anything about what I think about it, and you haven't watched the live.
That's true, I didn't.
So here we go. Look.
I'll accept that as an uncorking. I do love these. They're so heavy. I like it.
Heavy.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Feel that cork.
Jesus.
I think I've made this comparison before, like when I used to wait tables, when you would get that black Amex card, you're like, whoo, man, money feels nice.
Yeah. So this is what it's like to have money.
This is what it's like. So this is cast strength again, 109.2 proof. And fun fact, it's called Raceking. It's a nod to Kentucky's horse racing tradition.
A nod.
Which I feel like everyone pretty much knows that that's Kentucky's thing. But also...
No, bourbon is our thing.
Horses are also... But they also incorporated it into the design. Apparently, these like colored stripes on the neck tag are supposed to be...
They look like jockey silks to me, Sarah.
Supposed to be reminiscent of jockey silks, so...
She told me before the episode.
There, I did tell her. So this is a 5 grain.
Psh, this many. How many grains, Sarah? That many?
5-finger grain punch. I don't. So 3 of the grains are, their thing is like they're expertly malted, and 2 of them are chocolate malted. A chocolate malted wheat, which comes from Germany, and a chocolate malted barley, which comes from the UK.
Okay.
I don't know that I've ever had those things before.
We're always fans of transparency, and right here is the mash bill. 70% corn, 13% rye, 10% malted rye, 4% chocolate malted wheat, and 3% chocolate malted barley. Non-chill filtered, cast strength, double chocolate malt. Kelvin Cooperage is also the partnering cooperage for this. Oh, disclaimer, this bottle was sent to us by the distillery for review. That doesn't affect our opinions, but we are thankful to have a bottle because there's only
1,365.
You are correct. So, little pro tip, Sarah, for someone who's already sniffed this. It's kind of one of those where you want to be off it. It's got these really subtle, nuanced nosy notes. So I kind of start my sniffing process.
And pardon my voice, I'm a little hoarse. So hopefully the bourbon fixes that.
Yeah, it's good for what ails you.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, there it is.
Little Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll, yes.
Little Tootsie Roll, man.
Yes. Come on, do that Tootsie Roll.
I mean, I get chocolatey notes, but also maybe some cinnamon and some orange.
I get coffee bean.
I get some faint notes of like coffee brewing, you know, somewhere over there. Not real close.
But it's more like the coffee beans being grinded. That type
espresso
of
beans.
Espresso beans, yeah. Have you ever gone into like a grocery where you can grind your own beans and you walk past it? That type of sense.
I really, as I get closer in, I get a lot of that espresso coffee bean note.
Not a lot of ethanol at all.
No, I can take a nice closed mouth, big nose in, and I'm not knocked out.
Oh yeah, I didn't do closed mouth.
Yeah,
that was nice.
But I think what you said to do was right, because I feel like you're almost introducing yourself a little bit more as you go closer, right?
Yeah.
More coffee, cocoa, vanilla bean, but yeah, still that yeah, chocolatey note.
Pumpernickel bread. There's something, I don't know if it's pumpernickel, but there's some type of bread.
Like
marble
that rye. Yeah.
Marble rye, pumpernickel. I don't know.
think that's shining through too.
One of those like tougher
Pumpernickel is
Yeah?
that's right. Mm-hmm.
Look at me
Good job.
over here.
Good job, Chad. I won't
right.
correct you today.
All right, let's dive in to your health.
All right. Whoa, that'll wake you up.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Now, this is definitely a second sip
It is.
Sarah type of it is so unique, and I know this from having it 2 days ago. And it's a long finish, so you're gonna want to wait a second before you go, because here it comes.
I took the smallest of sips because I felt
really the best
from
way
the
to do
nose
it.
that it was gonna be
Yeah,
something else.
yeah. We kind of recommend on your first sip, if you're like trying to get all analytical, like we are in Uncorkings about it, to take a small sip just to get acclimated.
I took a small sip to get acclimated, and I will say what I got was coffee.
Now, I've heard of like tasting peanut butter before, I love my Jim Beam. I love my Heaven Hill. That is like straight chocolate peanut butter.
Chocolate peanut butter tobacco.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, the back end of that.
You just taking a drag on a cigar, and then you eat chocolate peanut butter. But also, it's got an espresso note in there, so it's got a little coffee. I'm real sensitive to coffee because I'm not a coffee drinker. Full disclosure, I am not,
Chad does not
a
like
coffee
coffee.
fan, but I am choosing to concentrate more on the chocolate notes, and it's not killing it for me.
Well, I'm gonna go in for the second sip
Yeah.
because I took such a small sip.
I get those chocolate popsicle fudgesicles.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a fudgesicle type of finish.
I could taste that too.
Yeah, fudgesicle.
Which is so fun. I've never said that before.
It's got a finish going too.
Yeah, it does.
It is sticking around. It's sticking around here. I
Nothing here.
haven't gotten the
All here.
Kentucky hug yet, but it is.
No, I keep wanting to go back for a second drink, but it's still rolling.
And actually,
Wow, this is wild.
wild, weird stuff.
It is.
After the live, before other Chad left, Chad Extra Crispy is what we call him because I'm original recipe. I had this realization, and I guess it took that long afterwards, but I said milk stout. Mm-hmm.
I get that too. That
Yeah.
like rich, because I feel like that's something that's not for everybody, but if you like it, it's so good. Like I used to be super into those. Yeah, like a chocolate stout or a milk stout.
Yeah.
Something like that. That type of beer. You don't usually see people drinking them all year because
Right.
they're heavier in the summer. And I feel going into fall, now that we're in Bourbon Heritage Month, this is something that I enjoy a lot and would enjoy
You drinking this around a fire?
Yes. If you are a cigar smoker, I think this could be a really interesting pairing.
Yeah, because there is some tobacco leaf notes.
There are, yeah,
there-
in
in
there with the
there, too.
chocolatey.
Wonder how Charlie Kelly would pair this with a milk steak.
Well, the milk steak would have to be over hard
Yeah, oh yeah, milk steak over hard.
with a side of jelly beans.
Side of jelly beans. But I think this would pair really well with a milk steak over hard with a side of jelly
And the
beans.
more I sip it, the more notes that come out. Like I'm getting like the toasty oak now.
Anything like a Whopper. Not so much Whopper.
No.
Whopper's more of the milk chocolate.
It's that malt. The
This
malt
could be
in
more
this
of a goober?
milk dud.
Milk dud. Maybe more of a... Between the two, it'd be more milk dud.
That fudgesicle finish is such a weird thing. Like I would never, but it's like I can almost taste, at the end when you also taste a little bit of the popsicle stick.
Yes.
Like
That's that
it's
tobacco leaf, I think.
nostalgia
Yeah.
in that way.
yeah.
Yeah. I think,
Well-
that's the toasted wood and that tobacco leaf or something.
I haven't even had my second sip yet, but
Oh
I'm getting ready
gosh.
to... It's a long finish, okay? Plus, you were really waxing poetically there.
I was.
Before I go in for that second sip, we want to hit pause and tell you about our home on the internet. It's whiskyambitions.com. It's where we can get our new Glencairn glasses, our new t-shirt that I'm rocking, but both new hats that we're both rocking, our water glasses, rocks glasses, copitas, sweatshirts, long sleeves, candles, coins, and more always coming soon. That's whiskyambitions.com.
It's cozy candle season, so don't forget it.
you go.
You can also visit patreon.com/itsbourbonnight. I almost forgot the URL because I was very excited about the candles. You can become a member for as little as $1 a month. Our patrons get exclusive access to our barrel picks and access to participate in barrel
love
picks.
barrel pick.
We have more coming up. We're already lining them up for next year, so that's exciting. Exclusive after the episode content and more.
There you go.
I think I said exclusive a lot.
Exclusive. We'll be right back.
It's a club.
Second sip, Sarah, is what I'm getting ready to have.
She gone.
Yeah, second sip, Sarah is on like 4.
She's out there. I mean, this is definitely different.
And it needs to be because it does carry a Ellie price tag.
It does.
I mean, one, it's in a box. You know it's going to cost more. Two, the cork
Right.
weighs as much as the bottle.
We know that
can't
these
be
like
possible.
these
But-
like specialty embossed bottles
Yeah.
with these fancy corks that come in the boxes. We understand that
So you know,
LE price is baked in
right off the
that's
rip,
all.
not going to be a small price. MSRP
$2.95
$2.95
is what I read.
So that is up there on the
That's a
price
lot.
scale. Not the most expensive MSRP that we've paid for an LE.
Sure.
You're either gonna play in that lane or you're not. If you hear the price and you're like, I don't care what it tastes like, that's just not in the area that I play in, that's cool.
Yeah.
If you are like, if it's worth it, I will pay that.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we're talking to right now.
Well, and you know, with only 1,365 bottles, a lot of people aren't going to get the opportunity. So I think it's like
Yeah.
one of those situations where doing the recommend or not is got so many, you know, asterisks, disclaimers, caveats of like, if you can find it, if you play in that space, if you want to, if you like the flavors, like
And if you don't want to buy it, there will be someone behind
there are
you
1,365 people who will
who
buy
will,
it.
because, you know, looking for the MSRP of this one, we saw the second edition, the Mizunara cask, going for stupid amounts
I saw
on secondary.
it listed for like 2,500 on secondary,
Ew.
which is wild. I mean, I don't even want to talk about that.
If you are in a different experience game, you want to try whiskeys that bring something different to the table, and you play in the lane of $300 LEs,
Right.
then I would say, yes, this is for you.
You must also enjoy either or the flavors of coffee and chocolate.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a prerequisite list that needs to be ticked for this
Right.
guy. You play in that price range.
We're making our Venn diagram.
You like chocolate, light tobacco,
Coffee.
espresso bean type of notes.
Mm-hmm.
You like untraditional whiskey profiles
Or you're comfortable with exploring.
to keep things different.
Sure.
Then this is for you.
See, I think that's why I'm so into this, is because, I mean, don't get me wrong, there is something so lovely and comforting about getting the same LEs year after year and comparing them back and forth year over year.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm in the mood for something that's kind of in left field. I like that they change it up from release to release too, because like, and I'm not throwing anybody under the bus here, but like, for example, I know like the Four Roses limited edition is coming out, and they do change it up year to year, but it's fairly consistent as far as what I expect.
Yeah, they have 10 recipes to pull from, so I feel like
But there's nothing like this with the different grains and all that stuff. Like, we're
yeah.
gonna get a Four Roses profile off
Right.
of every single one, and I like that dependability, and that's why we
and
buy
I don't
those.
and I don't think Four Roses fans would want it any differently.
Correct,
But-
and I'm not saying that. When
Right.
you buy that, that's what you expect, and that's what you want. And I like that dependability, but sometimes I like a surprise.
Sure.
And this
Sure.
is definitely a surprise and a welcome one. I just can't. The mouthfeel. We didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about the
It's
mouthfeel, yeah.
lovely.
It is lovely. I said this on live, I'll say it here. This is the type of whiskey that you want your friends to come over and try it.
We dissect.
Yes, because you're like, have you had this yet? No, probably not. There's only 1,300. I got one. Ha ha ha. So there's that. And then there's the, let me pour you a sample. Let me pour you a glass. Like, what do you think? You want, it's like, oh, have you seen this show on Netflix or whatever? Or, oh, have you read this book? What
Right.
do you think about chapter 4? Or whatever it is.
I
The
think
big reveal. And the
it's a-
big reveal is drinking it and like, okay, what do you get? How do you feel about it? You know, would you pay the price for it? Like, there's this discussion that will come around this bottle.
Yeah, I feel that.
So we didn't get your official recommend or not, Sarah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really hard.
You sort of did those caveats.
Yeah, with the
Well, okay, let's take recommending it to someone to spend $300 out of the equation. Just taste that you are getting in the glass. Are you going to go back to this?
Yes, I'm into
All right.
it. I want to drink more. Once it's like gets 10 degrees cooler outside, I want to just be sitting outside by the fire and sipping this.
Yeah.
I will also say, if this makes any difference to you, even if they didn't send us this or the next one or whatever, if I could buy whatever the next release is. Like, I'm so pleased with the Boxer Grail Rye, the first edition, this edition. We didn't get to try the second edition. I would say we need to purchase the fourth edition.
You've had 2 winners in a row, so you're now invested in the series.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's
feel
how
the same
I
way.
feel. It
Yeah.
just screams cozy fall. I just
does.
like it. I
It
want
does. So if you have made it this far in the episode, thanks for watching this far. And in fact, why don't you just go ahead and put milk steak down in the comments, and only us and the people who have made it this far in the episode will understand that comment. So put milk steak down in the comments, and then whatever else you want to say.
For those who don't make it this far, this can be very weird if they get into the comments.
I mean, if you want to put the full thing, milk steak over hard with a side of jelly beans,
you know, I wouldn't be mad.
go for it, but just milk steak. Ew.
I drank it all.
Yeah, and
Oh no, I'll have to have some more for another round.
oh no, another round of Chat at Sarah, our Patreon show. And if you haven't subscribed to us already, we'd love to have you. You can click
do it.
right up here. There's suggestions of other videos. They're down here. We hope to see you over there. We hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay.
Pointing.
Until next time, drink more bourbon.